Support for the show can be you. Go to lvx.be/Patreon, sign up there, and you'll get access to exclusive and ad-free content. And we just relaunched the merch shop with options for listeners of any show in the Lux Media family. lvx.be/shop and get yourself hooked up over there. If you want a discount code, Patreon subscribers get a 20% code every month. You know, just saying.
We don't do that here.
But the queen rises to the top.
Ready to rock?
Yep.
Ready to fucking rock. Holy shit. Ultimate fucking casuals. We're back all up in your ears. Oh boy. We are coming up on... Do you have any plans for Super Bowl Sunday?
Me and a bunch of friends are renting a cabin up in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. We're going to go just hang out the whole weekend, and we'll watch all the game together in the cabin kind of thing. So
Nice. It'll either be like a bar or like food at home. Like a few friends in the area. For me, at least.
I don't know if I'm going to do anything. I don't remember the last time I really sat down to watch. Might have been the J-Lo Shakira halftime thing. It was a total coincidence. I didn't go out of my way to watch it because of that, but that was the last time I remember watching it.
I think it's Kendrick Lamar this year.
It is. I am actually pretty excited for that. The over-under bet, or will he, won't he do the certified pedophile line?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Not Like Us. That'll be pretty fun.
We'll see.
Oh, man. Okay. Ultimate fucking casuals, we're going to get rolling. I got one boxing card that I want to talk about, and there's only 2 fights on it that I really want to talk about. In Tokyo, Ariake Arena, January 24th, Naoya Inoue, he beat... I mentioned him previously, Yejun Kim. The parallel was Islam, like Renato Moicano, taking the less than a week's notice call, and Yejun Kim was like on 2 weeks' notice. Yejun, man, so much like respect, admiration. This dude came to fight. Like, you're stepping in with one of the most like talented fighters of the generation, bar none. Top 5, not 5 type of guy. And you came in and you tried to like I'm bringing the fight to you, and we'll see what you have to do, what you have to say about that. And he got stopped in the 4th, sure. But, like, how many people really, like, take the call for Naoya Inoue and then bring the fire to him instead of the other way around? That is something else.
He tagged Inoue a few times.
He did. He tagged him a few times.
Yeah, but, I mean, whenever he was taunting Inoue to, like, oh...
that was sad. He immediately lost.
Yeah.
Like less than 5 seconds later, he was on the ground. It was actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
There is like a point where you're such a big underdog that you literally have nothing to lose, and so might as well treat it like a gym fight and just throw everything you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does take a certain kind of mentality to face that and just be okay with whatever consequences happen.
Listen, at the very least, he made a bag. I mean, I don't know if he's ever going to see that type of money again, but like having Inoue on his resume, even if it's a loss, that alone is going to get him fights.
Yeah, it will. With that, especially with that kind of outing. Like, it's not, you may have lost quickly, but a very similar situation was recently the cruiserweight guys, Opataya, the Australian, versus David Naika, the Kiwi. And it's kind of the same thing. Like, Naika came in on like 2-3 weeks notice, maybe 3 weeks. And then he came in and he went like toe to toe with Opataya, as, you know, inadvisable as that is. He still did it, and he gave it the best he could. Like, all circumstances considered, that was actually a really solid, gutsy performance. And same thing can be said for Kim. I hope he gets more opportunities based off of this. Like, if nothing else, you got a scrappy, tough guy that will give you some work. Only other one, Jin Sasaki. He's a upcoming welterweight prospect. That's 147 on the boxing side. The opponent, Shoki Sakai, is a journeyman. 29. He came into the fight 29, 14, and 3. Not a very stellar record there, but Jin Sasaki was, I don't know, people are talking about him like he's going to be something, and I'm not so sure. Did you guys see his fight?
I did not check this one out, no.
Yeah,
I actually ended up having to watch like the fights afterwards. Just I could not wake up early enough. But
yeah, I watched him on.
I saw some people talking about Sasaki though in the chat afterward.
Well, I hope those people have their expectations tempered, because this is like it's an unfortunate tendency of Japanese fighters to overextend themselves for the sake of entertainment, for the sake of giving the fans their money's worth, and that.
So like they won't knock the guy out; they'll just
keep swinging,
make it as long as possible, kind of thing.
No, like swing for the fences, give them excitement.
Oh, I see.
Make it an exciting fight, even if you're not a power puncher. Like if you're not Inoue or like of that cloth, you're not going to be knocking guys out with one shot. And Jin was not accumulating enough damage to stop the fight, but he kept doing it anyway. And like, man, at welterweight, you're just really fortunate right now that the division is kind of weak. That's really it. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking Jin Sasaki. All right. In the news, the PFL 2025 season starts in April. It's a new format. When we talked about GFL last time, I mentioned how they're doing the points system for teams. The PFL format is now a single elimination tournament. Starts in April with 3 cards on the 3rd, 11th, and 18th. The semifinals will be on the 12th, 20th, and 27th of June. And the finals are on August 1st, 15th, and 21st. Remember, this is going to be cut from 1 mil to 500K for the final. That's... the single elimination is cool. But
it used to be like point format.
Yeah, it was a
before,
point.
right?
It was a point system. Like,
yeah, it was like soccer-esque, like group play almost.
Mm-hmm.
That's what GFL is going to be doing with the team shit.
Ooh, gross.
I know, lame. I don't know how doing team points for a individual sport is weird to me.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to carry teams. We have
Yeah.
to go backpack.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned, was like Robles to Spain carrying you with knockouts.
Yeah, that's how Paolo team is cooked. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That team first eliminated.
Yeah, this single elimination format's better, but when PFL did do points, at least it was still just like individual merit, right? Your knockouts are your knockouts, and nobody else benefits from them. But there you go, PFL starting. Prepare yourselves. Get your fast forward buttons ready, because I'm going to be talking about it whether you like it or not. Maybe I'll put some like warning markers or something.
Timestamps for the...
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it'll be, timestamps. So, moving into the recaps. Friday, January 24th, 170 Impact Arena in Thailand. Gonna cherry pick a bit here. Jordan Estupinan, UD over Freddie Haggerty. This is a flyweight Muay Thai. Jordan is a twin brother of one of the fighters I'll be mentioning in a moment. Suryanlek, TKO2 over Thant Shin. This is a catchweight. It was a fun fight. It was a good stoppage. Marcelo Garcia, submission grappling over... Marcelo gets a submission, I think it was like the 5th or 6th minute, over Masakazu Imanari. Imanari sounds like the name for a wrestling move. Imanari roll, I think it is.
Imanari roll, yeah.
Johan Estupinani gets the UD over Johan Khazali. The Johan and Jordan Estupinan are twin brothers. That's fun. Moving up. Bampara Kuyate. He got the 3 knockdown rule over Joe Natawut. It was a beatdown from start to finish. He's lucky that the 3 knockdown rule was in effect. Otherwise, it would have been a lot worse. Superlek was injured and did not compete, so Nabil Anane.
Damn.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
F.
He stepped up. Nabil was on the lower on the bill. He gets the TKO 1 over Nico Carrillo, bantamweight Muay Thai interim title. So Superlek versus Nabil will be next. Fabricio Andrade, TKO 1 over Kwan Won Il, and that shit wasn't even close. Tawan Chai stops Superbone in the second. What a fight. Did you guys watch any of these? Man, you missed out. Tawan Chai versus
I have
Superbone
not.
was
Sorry,
so fucking cool.
I'm the super fucking casual
Yeah.
for this
This
episode
week I'll be-
recording.
Yeah, I will join Nathan this week.
So then,
Oh,
Oh, hold on. We can redeem ourselves. The whole card is on YouTube. Posted
Yes,
2 days
yeah.
ago by ONE FC.
Yeah, they put all their stuff on YouTube as well as their own site. So
We do have to watch this though. Especially
if the
yeah,
main
go on,
event,
fight,
if
fight.
nothing else, the main event is really, really good. But there's a lot of stuff on here worth skimming through, man, pretty quickly. I would say that you guys are not casuals. I would say I'm the ultimate fucking sicko. That I'm watching the entirety of some ONE FC cards. But
This is one of the good ones though.
it is. It really was really, really good. I'm serious. This is one to check out. And there's one that'll be coming up. Hold on a second. Moving on. Let's move into the 25th. They stopped calling themselves Bellator Champions Series. They're the PFL Champions Series. Oh man. So
Yeah.
The name Bellator has gone and died.
it's gone.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's officially over.
Bellator is dead. Do you think as it decays, it'll become Smellator?
Well, I think that
Ooh.
Good stuff. So this is one card I wasn't able to find. I know, Nathan, you had linked it to me, but I haven't been able to watch it just yet. So other than the main event, is there anything else worth pointing out?
not really. Vadim Nenkov made pretty short work of Tim Johnson, who was I think a late replacement. I think
Yeah,
it was before
Tim
Anderson.
Johnson came in late for Corey, for sure.
Yeah, this was all about the main event, though. Really, even though Nemkov did well, it was all about the main event.
So, what was the controversy with the main event? What were people upset about?
Yeah,
A lot of people thought that Paul Hughes might have won. I think, Isaac, you thought that as well, right?
Well, I said I would have been okay with Paul Hughes winning. Usman fans or people that thought Usman won wouldn't be able to say it was a robbery if Paul Hughes won either.
Yeah.
There, especially because a point was deducted from Usman. I was very uncertain about which result we were gonna get. But I mean, I did have Usman winning. But if Paul Hughes won, I would have been okay with it too, because he had very, very good moments throughout the fight. And I don't remember what the statistics were, the numbers at the very end for punch stats were, but I think it was actually pretty close.
Yeah, it was like 180, 186, 180 or something like that on significant strikes or something to that effect. They're pretty close.
Yeah. Plus, there were times throughout the fight where where Usman, his body language was really, really rough. I mean, you could tell he was hurt to the body. He was starting to gas out.
Yeah, he did not look ready for the type of war that Hughes put him through.
Yeah. I think that is definite. I'm fully certain of that. I mean, he even said after the fight that he fully underestimated Paul Hughes, saying it was going to be an easy fight, fighting a nobody. And he said, I think he directly told Paul Hughes, "You proved me wrong."
Mm-hmm. He did.
It was a full-on war. There was a lot of respect shown after the fight between both camps, but this was a crazy fight, man. And this is it's one of those types of fights you have to do a rematch, as soon as possible. Let him rest, recover, and everything, but has to be a rematch.
Yeah, and I don't know what's happened if a curse has been put on the Camp Eagle people. We just had them Rob fight, and now we have another fight where someone is able to consistently for a full fight limit the wrestling dominance of that crew. One of the reasons why this this fight was able to be close was that Hughes is able to scramble really well. He stuffed a lot of takedowns. He was able to reverse some positions on the cage, which is not something you see happen often, right? He actually had Usman pinned up against the cage a couple times.
Yeah.
So that was, that was a really big reason. And yeah, I mean, the striking, once you take away that threat of, if I throw one punch a little too wide, I'm getting taken to the ground. Once you remove that and you're forced to just have a normal stand-up fight, the Dagestanis, they struggle a little more. Like, obviously Islam is different, but they don't look nearly as invincible. Like, this fight was definitely up for grabs the whole way.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Hughes came in with like a great game plan. Like, just immediately started hurting Usman to the body. I think it was like round 3. Usman was already like starting to keel over from every body shot that was being thrown.
Oh, that's
and like he started going an additional 2 rounds. So I mean, it was what Paul Hughes, his cardio was better than Usman's. And if you add power onto that, Usman struggled multiple times throughout this fight. I mean, there were a few times I'm like, damn, is Usman gonna get finished here? Like, I mean, he looked out of gas. He was getting tagged up. Didn't look, I mean, like he had much left in him. But I mean, he hung in there. I can tell you this though, Khabib, especially, Umar losing to Merab, Usman almost gassing up completely against Paul Hughes. Khabib is gonna have those boys on hamster wheels. They are gonna be training cardio.
That's a good way to put it.
From now on.
Is this the sport self-correcting? Like it seems like the gas tank to keep up is kind of the problem that people had previously. It's like that the style, that Dagestani style, was sapping energy as they wrestled you. Is that what we're looking at?
I mean, some of these people, have crazy gas tanks. I think the sport in general is just catching up. At the very minimum of like takedown defense and like the scrambling, the sport. I mean, because Paul Hughes, it wasn't simply that his cardio was better, but he was defending stuff well. I think in general, just the sport is catching up to even the Dagestanis.
Yeah, their wrestling dominance has forced everyone else to raise their standard level of wrestling. Like, you can't just be a striker anymore and just drill takedown defense and be like, oh, I'm good. It's like, no, you have to understand how to scramble. You have to understand how to control your opponent's arm, how to control the wrist, how to get up off the canvas. Like, these are prerequisites now to being an MMA fighter at an elite level.
We honestly could be witnessing like the evolution of the sport in real time.
That's exactly what I was going to ask, is if this is the sport is growing thanks to the contribution of the Dagestanis, and their style of wrestling it's no longer the unanswered, seemingly unsolvable riddle that it used to be. I remember that was something we talked about early on with the show as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, if they do a rematch, first of all, I think the odds might be closer in the rematch.
I would hope so.
But Paul Hughes could genuinely win that fight. I mean, if Hughes puts on a little bit more work or a little bit more output or onto Usman in that fight, it could have been a different story, a different ending. So, I mean, it was just like these little changes could have been enough to swing into Hughes' favor.
So the controversy was on the side of Hughes not getting it?
Yeah, a lot of people said that Hughes won and that it was a robbery. And like, you could have a scorecard for Hughes. That's like not something impossible. I just don't think either side could really say robbery. Like, I thought Usman won, but if Hughes would have won last night,
Fine.
Yeah, I would have been like, okay, makes sense. You can find rounds. You can find enough rounds for Hughes, especially with the point deduction.
Yeah, like for me, I scored it a draw, but it was with Usman winning that third round and having the point deduction make it a 9-9 round. But if you flipped that third round to Hughes, he wins. I mean, like Isaac was saying, it wouldn't have been like a robbery had he won. It would have been, I think, a fair card.
I think there's like all the conversation happening now just justifies the rematch even more. I mean, they were super respectful when they were both in the cage. Neither of them were like, I mean, Hughes is gutted obviously, but he wasn't crying robbery. This just makes the rematch.
He wasn't a sore loser.
Yeah, no, he was like sad as shit, but he's like, it's a good fight. We need a rematch. He wants that fight in Ireland too, because this was sort of in Usman's territory.
It was in Muslim Bros territory.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of Irishmen there too, but Paul Hughes wants the rematch back in.
Oh,
in
having
Belfast.
it in Belfast or Dublin?
He said
I
Belfast.
think he said Belfast.
Oh, he said
yeah.
Belfast. All right, so ooh,
I think that's
he's a Republican that lives in the monarchy. Oh.
Yeah, it'd be. I don't know how it would go there, but I mean, Paul Hughes said we'd welcome all the Dagestanis with open arms, like and with respect to Ireland. So I'm assuming, from his side at least, there's not going to be anything crazy going down in Ireland against Nurmagomedov.
They're gonna respect him the only way they know how, which is to relentlessly shit talk them, and that's kind of the Irish way,
Yeah,
If they
that press
wouldn't-
conference would be insane, by the way.
I think if they don't shit talk you, they don't respect you. They don't like you. They don't think you're very good.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, especially because, like, they were super respectful after the fight. Usman, after the fight, was even like, this fight alone will make me evolve.
Yeah, it's gonna make me better.
Like, it brought me to a different level.
I got
because,
exposed in a way. Like, my old style
Exactly,
just isn't
yeah.
good enough.
Yeah, I mean, and it's at that point, like, even if you don't win against these Dagestanis, being able to bring him into deep waters, that in itself is sort of a win. Like, Paul Hughes' stock has risen so much, even with this loss.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get a chance to watch this, sit down and really pay attention especially with the way you guys are describing it.
Dude, it was an insane. This is like an early fight of the year contender. It was sort of insane. Like, a lot of up and down moments throughout the fight.
Oh, well, man, anything more for the PFL Champions Series? Excuse me, fucking
Bellator. I don't know. I don't even know how the rematch is gonna work, because it's technically not the Bellator champion anymore. Like, are there two PFL champs for the same weight division now?
I think seasonal champ versus title holder.
That's confusing as shit, bro.
That's incredibly stupid. Maybe they cut the tournament prize so that they could like, oh, well, now we have a title that you can go up and win. And you have to win the tournament to get into the Champion Series.
That's like the fake belt. This is the real one.
Yeah. You're
It's the WA regular versus WA super.
Yeah. It's the ideal belt.
All right, that's it for the recaps. Oh shit, this one is going a lot faster than I thought. Support for this episode is from Malwarebytes. Protecting yourself when you're online is an absolute must these days, and there are plenty of options out there, but let's start with the perfect reason to give Malwarebytes the first try. You can get it and try it for free, and when you're impressed with the results, because you're going to be impressed with the results, we can look at plans and then we can start talking about the extra perks. I've been working in IT for almost 20 years. I've been trusting my personal network security to Malwarebytes 24/7 monitoring for no less than 10 of those years. The browser add-on is another nice feature that keeps your system healthy if, for example, you're watching sports on less than reputable websites. But we don't do that here, do we? I have the standard subscription package, which includes 24/7 malware protection, ad blocking, and protection from ransomware. I use these services on all of my computers that are in my network and even my phone. I have it on an Android, but the app is available for iPhone as well. If you step up to the Plus package, you get Malwarebytes VPN in addition to everything else, and there are tiers higher than that include family plans for 10 or more devices. So go to lvx.be/MWB and get 50% off your subscription. That's lvx.be/MWB for 50% off. All right, previews. Motherfucking Friday, February 7th, Fight Night 28. This one's a little bit of a cherry pick. Felipe Lobo versus Saema Pech. God, still tripping me up with these ass names. That was Bantam Muay Thai. Hiroyuki Tetsuka versus Zhang Li Peng, welterweight MMA. And Prajan Chai versus Elis Bader Barbosa. That's a Muay Thai title at the top. Nong O Hama, I think, in the co-main versus Kong Torani. Flyweight Muay Thai. Those are some fun fights. So the top three are good.
Yeah, Nongo was on top for a really long time before Haggerty took him out.
And
Talk about disrespect. If you search Nongo on Google, the one championship profile is a picture of Jonathan Haggerty.
No.
Yeah, let me screenshot this. This is bad.
It's a
Wow.
didn't we see this with John Jones recently?
This happens all the time, like on ESPN.
Yeah, and it said John Jones, and it was like a picture of like Yoel Romero or something like that.
Yeah, it happens a lot on these websites that just have bad calls on the back end. But yeah, one Fight Night 28. This one should be rather enjoyable. There's a BJJ fight. I'm not sure how that differs from submission grappling. I don't know. Maybe they're doing gi instead of just like the trunks and spandex. I don't know.
I wonder if they'll like fully, I don't know, because they keep doing this MMA stuff, but they should just go all in with Muay Thai.
Yeah, shit or get off the pot. If you're gonna keep MMA in like your lineup, then why don't you make a good effort to put on some good MMA fights? Because you have good fighters.
Yeah. I mean, now with UFC getting into BJJ, I don't know how well it's going to go for other organizations. They're going to be trying to do like competitive grappling.
Well, ONE FC I think will drop out of it because the money difference.
Yeah, I mean, all the good guys are going to go over to the UFC.
They fucking already
It'll be the
started.
same. Yeah, it'll be the same scenario. Yeah, I mean,
Musumeci.
yeah, Mikey.
Over.
Yeah.
But that's it for that one. Saturday, February 8th, UFC 12 in Sydney, Australia.
Holy shit, bro! This card.
It's questionable at best. Not very good.
This is rough.
Jimmy Crute on the main card. Let's go.
Dude, he used to be so big like 5 years ago. I remember the Jimmy Crute hype was actually really high, but man, a few losses just like really ruined him. Oh. All right.
So let's start from the bottom. Wang Kong versus Bruna Brazil. That is definitely a name.
Wang Bros up. Yeah. Wang Bros up.
Wang Bros just fucking step up.
Yeah.
Versus Bruna
Wang's
Brazil.
out. Wang's out for Kong.
Wang's out for
Kong. Yes.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
This is a quick turnaround.
It is.
For
Yeah, man, I feel like you sort of have to.
Yeah.
She's got to regain some of that hype here.
It's like she was winning, and then she got tagged once, and then she got taken into a submission. It wasn't that bad of a loss, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like we've said before, in MMA you can afford more losses, but you definitely don't want to start stringing losses together.
No.
That is something that cannot happen.
Unless you want to go to GFL.
Yeah. So, Express.
Let's give Bruna Brazil the RJ tag. Tom Nolan versus Vyacheslav Borshev. So that like Borscht chef, but in Slavic.
We got some.
Quillen Salkild versus Anshul Jubli.
An Indian fighter.
Yeah, this is the Indian guy we were talking about the last time.
Yeah.
We're starting to see these guys show up. Matchroom Boxing had an Indian Olympian recently make his not pro debut, but he's made his, I guess, more world stage debut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting to see Indians starting to get involved now in combat sports.
Cody Haddon versus Alexander Tapuria. Definitely
is
related.
this
It's a big
brother
fight. Yes,
or cousin
brother.
of Ilya?
His brother, yeah. I'm actually sort of excited to see how he does in the UFC.
Yeah.
We know his coaching is good, but we'll see if his fighting can keep up. But that's one to watch, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not seeing this on the UFC site anymore. Ray Surya versus Stuart Nicole. I don't see him anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't see it either.
All right, so that's probably scratched. Jack Jenkins versus Gabriel Santos at featherweight. Jonathan Mikhailov probably versus Kevin Jousset, welters. Jimmy Crute versus Rodolfo Bellato, party. Justin Tafa versus Taliesin Teixeira at heavy. Dire Straits. I hope that this ends up like the Mackenzie Dern, Amanda Hebus card, where it just turns out that everything's really good. But yeah,
Hopefully, like just lots of early stoppages. That's really the best you can hope for.
Get us through the schedule a little quickly, fellas. Can you do me a favor here? I need to go get.
What the fuck did you just put in the Discord?
That's the dude that Jimmy Cruz is fighting, bro. This dude is a unit. This dude is crazy.
Rodolfo Bellato. Yeah, he's like barrel chested.
This is crazy.
I didn't even think at a glance. I thought you had like, or this was a Photoshop of someone's else's head on Alex Pereira's body. That's what it looked like.
No. I just straight up like screen printed or screenshotted the UFC site. But man, I mean, this guy, unique build, very unique build.
This is Rodolfo Bellato.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy Cruz might get put out again.
That's Ray Sudia's profile picture. He looks like his face looks like a mask or something.
It's kind of slipping a little bit, like one eyebrow's lower than the other. Ooh.
His face is falling off. He must be a lizard person or something. Oh, no, I don't want to keep going into that. Just clowning on these people. All right, co-main event. Zhang Weili, the strawweight champion, versus Tatiana Suarez, first-rated contender. I'm not sure what to expect out of this. I don't know much about Tatiana.
This is where the fights start getting good, and that's pretty bad because it's the co-main.
Yeah.
This is actually a really good fight. Tatiana Suarez has had like a lot of hype for a few years. Injuries have sort of kept her at bay, like from progressing in her career. Like I think they even made a docu-series or documentary on her. I think it's on HBO Max. But I mean, this is a really good fight. Tatiana Suarez has like pretty good ground game, really good fight IQ. But Zhang Weili is just pure aggression, man. Like,
too good.
Yeah, super strong as well. I mean, I'm gonna ride with Weili on this one, but I think it'll be a good fight.
Man, like Weili made quick work of Xiaonan, and I thought that was gonna be a much better fight.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it did turn into a better fight because they didn't call the sleep
Jan
on the
was
first one.
Asleep, yeah.
But yeah, I'm hopeful that Tatiana puts up a better fight.
Maybe the best competition she's had since the Namajunas fights.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Last one, main event. Dricus du Plessis, the middleweight champion versus the first-rated contender, Sean Strickland. I put in the chat. I forgot to keep it here, but in the outline. But fucking, what is it? How did Sean Strickland said like let's fucking stand up like real men.
Oh yeah, no grappling.
Yeah,
no grappling. Like, yeah, ONE FC's over there, buddy. Like, you're not too far away.
Yeah, dude. First of all, I gotta say the UFC is fully relying on like the press conference between Dricus and Sean to sell this fight. I think quite evidently, this is like their only marketing standpoint or their main marketing standpoint for this card. But I am excited to see this. The press conference is gonna be tremendous. You know, it being a rematch again. They had. You know, Sean thought he won the first fight. Dricus obviously is the one who came out winning that fight and then went on to win the title. But I don't know, man. I'm going to ride with Dricus on this one again. I feel like I'm going to stop downing him, at least until Kamsa gets here.
Well, that's next.
I guess I'll play the other side. Dricus' style doesn't make any sense. I probably should quit doubting him because it keeps working for him. But Strickland, as far as like in his domain, his striking, like he might be the most technical, right? Like when it comes to his footwork, the way he mixes in his teaks with his jabs and his, punching attack, he has his stuff down to a science and he executes it really, really well. And he doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes. Like he doesn't leave himself open typically very much, at least since the AP fight where he learned like, oh, hey, I got to keep my hands up against a big puncher. So with how close that first fight was, and I think Strickland left some performance on the table in that one, and then just like since then, he completely dominated Paulo Costa. Man, I think Strickland is gonna pull it out here. I think he's gonna be champ again.
Damn. I mean, he very well could win.
It's really going to depend on if Dricus comes out very wrestling heavy. Like, even in their first fight, we didn't really get a sense for how good Strickland's wrestling is. We're still trying to learn that. We hear from his camp and from him that apparently his wrestling is pretty good. He just hates doing it, so he'll never shoot. But
oh yeah, because
we'll actually
probably
see
because he's gay or something if he wrestles with another man.
Yeah. I don't want to be laying up against another guy. I mean, what's up with that? No.
Fucking
No,
idiot.
but for real, I think that'll probably be the decider, right? If Dricus is able to just ragdoll him on the ground, he's getting smoked. But I think he's going to keep it standing, and I think he's just going to outpoint him. He's gonna if he controls the pace of the fight, I think he's got a really good shot at winning.
Yeah, I mean, their first fight was really close. I just feel like Dricus now, I mean, especially after his last few fights, I feel like he just has this confidence about him that's just gonna sort of bring him to like another level that maybe wasn't there in their first encounter. Yeah, I mean, he might take him down, and Dricus is just so much like, I want to say he's stronger than Strickland. All the weight he cuts down. If he's able to get Sean down and keep him there, I think it'll be a pretty easy win for Dricus. But we'll see. I mean, if Sean can keep it standing up, he's got a real chance to win that. But neither of these dudes should gas. These dudes have insane gas tanks.
Yeah, they both do, for sure. A few fights to add. My fucking shit froze, so I'll have to go off the UFC site. Hyun-Sung Park versus Nyamjargal Tumendembarel. He's from Mongolia, if you couldn't tell. He fought on the Macau card, so this is pretty cool. Those are flyweights. Jack Jenkins versus Gabriel Santos at feather, and Jake Matthews versus Francisco Prado. That's a good fight. I'm pretty excited about that. And Mongolians always come to Rumble, so they're always cool to have, like, no matter where they're coming from or what sport they're in.
Yeah, Nyamjargal tattoos.
Tumendembarel. If I practiced that, I could probably say it 3 times fast, but right now, it's not a good prospect.
They need to update his fighter profile picture. It's still got like the Road to UFC shorts.
Yeah, he was that was his most recent one. Was the Road to UFC final. But that was it. Fucking outline ass bitch. It's really weird where I can copy and paste some things that have links in them. I could copy it onto like, let's say Squarespace, the website builder that I use. I can copy it onto Squarespace and then copy it into Word. But I can't copy it from the site directly into Word because reasons. It's pretty upsetting because it always kills my shit and I forgot. Hold on a second. So we're a little bit early. MMA Pro Slam Usman's win over Hughes, saying Hughes was robbed. Dylan Danis says Paul Hughes was robbed. Matt Fravola.
Dylan Danis is biased.
What does he have a problem
Dylan
with?
Danis is also an unserious person who shouldn't be listened to.
All right, then.
Dylan Danis has like Irish ties because he's on McGregor's team.
Okay.
He hates all Dagestanis.
Poatan denies that he's ducking Ankalaev. They're fighting on the 8th on UFC 313.
I'm so glad we got that fight.
Yeah. What's next for Merab? Umar broke his hand in the first round. That does look pretty rough.
Is that thing asking if he was going to retire after one loss? Oh, wait, no, he's talking about Merab.
No, he's talking about Umar. His cousin.
Oh, he is. Oh. This is an AI. This is AI generated. Nothing this paragraph or the ones after it say has anything to do with the question, will he retire?
No, it doesn't. I mean, boxing news, they have a lot of MMA stuff as well. Not like, you have to read through the stuff. You can't just take the headlines and then try to pick out stuff in the sections. You have to read through the whole thing. Fan Slam UFC 312. I'll be sleeping through this. Put together like a boxing card. How about you shut up? How about that? Jimmy Crute on the main card. That sounds familiar. Are you still fucking struck? All right. Fucking. You've been listening to the Ultimate Effing Casuals, a Lux Media production. If you'd like to give your thoughts, or you need to let us know how terrible you think our takes are, you can be a duck, and you can text our anonymous line, 833-589-7637. If you want to stand on your business, call and leave a voice message, or send a voice note in WhatsApp, and we'll see if you're interesting enough to make the final cut of the show. 833-LUXPODS. If you prefer to hit us up on social media, the account name is LVXMediaNet, all one word. That's on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the rest of that bullshit. If you can't find us, chances are we're not on it. A lot of stuff gets cut from the final releases, so if you want the raw audio, exactly as it's recorded, look us up on Patreon, LVXMediaNet over there just like everywhere else. Patreon is also where you can get the ad-free versions. Even if you don't sign up on Patreon, you can still help us out if you check out our ad sponsors. You can also help us by giving a rating on whatever app you're listening on. And last but not least, you can also check out the merch shop. New stuff is going up all the time. lvx.be/shop. The metal intros by Anders Janhunen, the jazzy intros by Afternoon, the outro by Middle of Nowhere Beats, and for more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxmedia.net. That's where I'll cut in the shit. All the shit goes there. So, heading into UFC 312. Parting words.
Well, we're only back for a little bit before the bad fights came, but at least the cards that are planned have good fights coming. There's a lot of implications to be sorted out through these, so I'm still looking forward to it.
Yeah, on my end, 312 is not that good, but at least like the main and the co-main, like Nathan said, are pretty important. So I'll probably be watching. Probably get some, good fights on the undercard, even though there's not a lot of like name value, but we'll be watching, and we'll have plenty of other fights in February that can carry us if this card can't. So,
well, what did I say last time? Socials, LVXMediaNet, that's everywhere. I don't know if you're hoping to get some shit. The only reason that Twitter has more stuff than the other places because it has a scheduling feature. That's really it. Otherwise, YouTube channel's pretty cool. Website's pretty cool.
Get you some merch.
Yeah, check
Don't be weird. Get some threads.
Check out the shop, lvx.be/shop. The Chama guy would be perfect for UFC 312 or 313. And I don't know, maybe I'll put something together for 312. All right, we're out of here.